can look great at any age. You just have to know how to take care of it. So we know it can get really difficult when you're trying to get products, some for even in the morning, in the evening. As women, we are very special human beings, and this can get frustrating, especially if you do not even know what skin type you have. A lot of people do, but it would interest you to know that there are still a lot of people who do not even know their skin type. My name is Stephanie Nyong, the health teacher, and today I'm here at the Doohavilah Medspa with Oku Okokon, the CEO of Doohavilah Medspa, an esthetician here in Abuja, and she'll be telling us how you could look good even in your 30s. So age is not a barrier. By the way, 30 is great. Attaining 30 is a huge milestone. So today we have with us Oku Okokon. We're happy to have her here.
Thank you so much.
I love your hair.
Thank you.
It looks really nice.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
To be here.
You're welcome.
Because I've seen a lot of work you do. It's a corrective skincare clinic, yes, attending to women of black skin.
Yeah, ethnic skin. Yeah.
And giving them ageless beauty. I like that line. I know it's
yes.
like giving them ageless beauty. So that's very key, especially with our discussion today. So 30 is great, like I said.
Yeah.
So a lot of women, when they get to that age, they become really panicky. How do I look? And then they start seeing those changes. So really, we know at that age, when women get to that age, their hormone levels begin to decrease, and then you start to see wrinkles, fine lines, and then people become worried. But I guess this is normal, right? And people shouldn't be bothered because something can be done about it.
Yes, something can be done.
Okay, so please, can you just explain to us the aging process, so people are familiar with things that should be going on in their bodies?
Okay, so when we are talking about aging, we are talking about the physical changes in the body and the physiological changes too in the body. So when your body changes as you're getting older, you notice in some older people, you notice diseases coming up and all of that. And then you notice that physically there's physical disability about the person's body. You notice the sagging of the skin, the flappiness. You just notice that everything has changed, the deep wrinkles and all of that. Now, we have two types of aging. We have the intrinsic aging, and then we have the extrinsic aging. Now, the intrinsic aging is the one that you really don't have control over. But the extrinsic aging, you have control over it. Now, intrinsic aging, it's more like a chronological thing. You need to, there's a time you get to that you need to start aging. Your body needs to start depleting. The collagen level, the elastin level of the skin will start dropping. The cell does not regenerate at the rate at which it should. So at that point is a natural process that takes place in the body. And there's really nothing much you can do about it because it's actually an aging process that takes place in the dermis of the skin. But when you're talking about the extrinsic aging, that's the one that has to do with the epidermis, that's the one that you have control over. A whole lot of time, most aging process that we have are extrinsic because of the lifestyle we live, because of the weather we find ourselves in, because of the things we eat, because of the things we drink, and because of the way we take care of ourselves generally. So most people have the extrinsic aging. But remember, I said the intrinsic is there. Yeah. But also the extrinsic can accelerate your aging process. So you can actually be in your 30s and you're already aging. Yeah.
Okay. So the second question, you've actually shed more light on it. So I was going to ask, I know exposure to UV lights can damage the skin, and they also, make the process of aging come really quickly. And which is why sometimes I think they say use sun protection. So when you use sun protection, it can protect you from those things as well. So I was going to ask what is normal and then what is not normal. But thank you so much. You've explained that for us already.
Okay.
But would you want to talk more about the UV light and how
the UV light
protect themselves from it?
Yeah. If you look at most skin issues that we have, lots of them, the UV light contributes to so many of them. Let's say, for example, you have a pigmentation on your skin. The pigmentation can get worse with the UV light exposure. The body, the melanin in our body actually protects our skin and absorbs some of the UV rays. But to a certain level, there's a certain level to what our melanin can do for us. And that's when we encourage people to use sunscreen. When you use sunscreen, you protect your skin from this premature aging. You see most people with very deep furrow lines on their skin, then nasolabial lines, deep lines on their faces. Most times it's not because of the chronological aging process, it's actually sun exposure that causes that deep wrinkles for them.
And that will count for the extrinsic, I talked about the factor.
That's the extrinsic factor that I said. The sun contributes a lot to the extrinsic factor of, aging quickly, more than the way you're supposed to age. So when you have if you want to actually maintain your youthfulness and all of that, sunscreen is one of the things that you need to use, because it will actually break down the collagen and elastin production of the skin. There's no two ways about it. The sun has the capability to do that.
Okay, so for those things that are extrinsic, of course, they would cause effects on the body. So I believe there are also some things that are not normal, because someone will say, okay, I'm getting older, and then something pops up on the skin, and you say, oh, it's just normal, I'm in my 30s, it's like an achievement. But when do you need to see a dermatologist, a professional like you?
Okay, at what point? If you are, not necessarily when you have a skincare problem. Now, you can actually see an esthetician or a dermatologist if you're unsure on how to go about your skincare routine. And if you want to learn more on the kind of products you should use at a certain age, then yes, you need to see a professional, because you really can't tell. You don't go to a cosmetic shop and then you tell them, if you go there and tell them you want to buy something, they will just give you what they sell and the product that moves fast for them. Now, does that product aligns with your purpose or your needs or your desires? Do you understand? Now, you wouldn't know. You yourself, you just know you want to look beautiful. You just know you want to glow. And we all believe that to glow has to do with the creams that we apply, but it goes way beyond that. It's not just the cream that you apply on your skin that makes you glow. So you need to see a professional who will now put you through and say, okay, you need to glow. These are your skin needs. These are your desires. And so thing needs to be put in place. You need to do so thing for you to achieve the desire that you need.
Because we have a lot of products that are,
so many products. So most times when you go out and you go to maybe a cosmetic shop, you discover that you really cannot purchase everything. It gets so overwhelming.
Yeah.
It gets so, even I as an esthetician, and I want to stock some of these skincare products, it gets overwhelming and you're like, okay, which one am I going to stock now? Which one? But the only thing is that we just know, since my area is more of acne skin, I just look for product that targets dark skin, So, and then you narrow it down to dark skin, you discover that there's still so many of them. And you're overwhelmed. Yeah. So you just need to, do you understand? I'm not even talking. I'm talking about brands that are renowned. Like, we know that these are the things they do. They are known for it. They have FDA approval. They've done a lot of research. They know what works and what doesn't,
Okay, thank you so much. So, a lot of people already have skincare routines. So they would say, if you want to look good, in your 30s, your 40s, you ought to have started a skincare routine earlier in your lifetime. So, and there are some people who were not really opportune to, not because they didn't want to, but maybe because of the means. So, do you think people who are now in their 30s, who have never had a skincare routine, do they have a chance of starting out and still seeing those changes they desire?
Of course.
Is there a time when
of
say
course.
It's too late
no, we really can't say it's too late, especially when you're in your 30s. You really can't say that. There are a lot of treatments that stimulate cell renewal and stimulate the collagen and elastin production in the body. There are a lot of skincare products that does that, and there are a lot of procedures done in spas that helps. Now, if at the age of 30 you're already aging, then it's more of an extrinsic factor. And then don't also forget that an intrinsic factor of aging too also has to do with the DNA. So if you have that people you see that in their 30s, they look way older, most times it has to do with their DNA. And then you see people in 30s or 40s, they look like they're 16. Yeah. Whereas they've not used anything. It also has to do with DNA. But you have to be on a safe track. And that means even if you never used anything and you're in your 30s and you don't intend to, maybe your DNA is that you're not going to get older fast, or your DNA is that you're not going to get older fast, and then you're just getting older faster than you're supposed to, that doesn't stop you from using skincare products. You just need to use products. But if the aging sign is already there, there are products that will be given to you. There are procedures that you do to help erase some of the signs that are already on your body. And like I said, if it's an extrinsic factor that is causing that, then when you see a professional, they will outline what you need to do and what you need to stop doing.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Now, this actually brings us to our next question, actually, which you've already spoken about. So there's been a lot of debate as to when to start using skincare products. So anti-aging skincare products, actually, because some people will say, oh, you're not yet at the right age. So I think, does it depend on age? Does it depend on the changes you see on your skin, like you rightly said?
No.
So when is the right time? Is there a right time to start using?
Yeah, there is. I encourage people to start using anti-aging products from the age 25. 25. Like the way I normally put it across to my customers, I said it's pre. You're not aging, because when you tell people anti-aging, they're like, no. I'm not old though. Why will I start using it? I've not noticed anything on my face. Why will you tell me to use it? And I said, it's anti, you're preventing.
Yeah.
So you want to slow down the aging process. You want to curb the way your skin ages fast. The environment is harsh. Our environment right now is harsh. A lot of things settle on the skin every day. So what are you doing? You're protecting the skin, which is an organ. You're protecting the organ. Do you understand? Yeah. So from age 25, you can just use a mild vitamin C. You don't need to go too far. Do you understand? You don't need to go too far. Just a mild vitamin C is that are for ladies in 20s. You just get it and you start using. And then when you're in your 30s already, especially when you've not even started, in fact, 30 shouldn't even be an argument. In your 30s, you need to start using an anti-aging product. Seriously.
Okay, so are there particular ingredients people in these ages should avoid?
In terms of
So because they want to look younger, they go and get different kinds of products, buy this, buy that. Are there particular ingredients people should just avoid?
I know that you need to avoid mineral oil, especially if you have an oily skin and then you want to use an anti-aging product. You don't need any product that contains mineral oil in it. You don't need any product that contains, there's some product that contains harsh preservatives and fragrances. You don't need any of that. If you're getting like hyaluronic acid, if you're getting like vitamin C, you need a pure one. So the brands that you buy is very important. There are lots of brands out there. And whatever products they use for their, formulation, most times they use strong chemicals for their formulation, but they want to sell it at a cheaper rate so that you can afford it. So they just use some chemicals that at the end of the day, you might react to them. So if you're buying this vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, retinol, try to get the pure ones and buy from a reputable brand.
Okay, thank you so much for actually coming to the end. And I hate to let you go, but I have to. So what services are available for women within this age here at the spa? And how do you go about the process? So a lady comes, and then what's the process like? Does she tell you what she wants? Do you ask her some questions?
Okay, when a client comes in, the first thing we do is consultation. Any client that comes in here, I need to consult you. I need to understand your lifestyle, because like I said, it's not all about me doing the services and giving you a product. It's about your lifestyle. You spend more time with yourself than me. So if you come and I do a services for you, you buy a product, and then when you get home, you don't do the right thing that you're supposed to do, it still boils down to zero. I was not achieving anything. So when a client comes in, I consult you, and then I take a look at your skin. So that's where the skin analysis comes in. And I try to find out your activities. I try to find out your work-play time. How do you go to work? How do you spend your playtime? And then I know how to advise accordingly. And then taking a look at your skin, I'll be able to determine what your skin needs. So most times clients come with just one problem. And then in the course of analyzing their skin, you discover that, okay, yeah, you're beginning to age. And then when you tell them you're beginning to age, I have clients that really argue, like, no. How can you say that? And then when you start showing them the aging sign, when you start telling them, look at this, look at your tone, look at the muscle tone of your skin, look at the elasticity level of your skin, look at the lines. Do you understand? So when you start showing them that, they will not become very sober, like, are you kidding? So I'm actually getting old. So what do I need to do? Now we now look at the level. Is it something that is very rapid? So if it's rapid, we might decide to just do, maybe first start by stimulating collagen, and that we might decide to do maybe like microneedling. If it's someone that her muscle is already falling, we might decide to do maybe like the radio frequency to tighten up the muscles. Then if it's a client that has maybe deep lines and all, we might decide to do maybe like chemical peel. Do you understand? For someone that just wants to do the maintenance of her face, she really doesn't want those lines and she doesn't really have much of it, I just decide to place the client on a normal microdermabrasion treatment. And then we add other modalities to it to help us achieve what we want.
Yes. Just based on their needs.
Everything is based on the client's needs. So we need to know what you need and then we target our treatment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mrs.
You're
Nyong, for
welcome.
being here on the show with us. It's
You're
been
welcome.
an eye-opening session.
Thank
I've
you.
learned a lot, and like I always say, hope you also learn something too, and you'll be taking the necessary steps. So not just going to the store to get a product, buying products randomly, from any brand. You need to see a professional, and everything we've talked about here today is the reason why you need to start taking good care of your skin, and the options are endless and always available. So you can come to Havilah Medspa here at Abuja. So there'll be links to the website, the social media handles. You need to follow them on social media, ask them a lot of questions. I know you do a lot of education online, so you can take advantage of that. You'll be learning a lot to look ageless. Thank you so much for being on the show today. Bye.